A lot of IELTS students lose easy reading marks, not because the passage is too hard, but because they use the wrong strategy and waste time chasing the wrong clues. In this class, we're focusing on two question types that confuse many learners: matching headings and matching information. You'll learn the difference, the faster way to find answers, and the exact habits that help you stop losing marks under pressure. This lesson comes from Emcan Educational Institute, where the goal is simple: study smarter and read with a strategy that works in the real exam. By the end, you'll know when to look for the main idea, when to hunt for a specific detail, and how to move through the passage much faster. Let's start with the rule that changes everything. These two task types are not testing the same reading skill. Let's separate these two question types clearly, because once you see the difference, your reading becomes much more efficient. Matching headings asks you to choose the best title for a paragraph. In other words, you are looking for the main idea of the whole paragraph. Matching information is different. It asks you to find which paragraph contains one specific piece of information. That specific information might be a reason, an example, a date, a name, a research finding, a problem, or a comparison. Sometimes it could be a cause and effect link. Sometimes it could be a statement about a place, a group, or a result. So if the question wants the paragraph's overall message, think headings. If it wants one detail hidden inside a paragraph, think information. Here's the golden rule. Matching headings means main idea. Matching information means specific detail. Keep that rule in your head through the whole test, because it tells you what to read for and what to ignore. Now let's work on matching headings, which is where many students make the same expensive mistake again and again. They match a heading to one interesting word in the paragraph. That feels fast, but it usually leads to the wrong answer. A heading must summarize the whole paragraph, not just one sentence, one example, or one detail. Start by reading the list of headings first. This gives your brain a map of the ideas you may need to spot. Then read the paragraph with a purpose. Ask yourself what the writer is mainly doing here. Pay special attention to the first sentence. It often introduces the topic or the direction of the paragraph. Next, look at the last sentence. It often gives the conclusion, result, or final emphasis. Then notice repeated ideas. If a word or idea keeps appearing, it is often closer to the main idea than a detail mentioned once. Now let's apply that to example 1. Look at these heading options on screen and scan them carefully before you read the paragraph. Problems caused by pollution, the effects of modern transport, ways to protect the environment, changes in city life. Air pollution in major cities harms people's health, water pollution damages rivers and oceans, and noise pollution affects daily life in crowded areas. Although these forms of pollution are different, they all create serious problems for people and the environment. So the best answer is problems caused by pollution. That's the correct heading because it matches the whole paragraph, not just one small detail. The paragraph keeps returning to the harmful effects of pollution in different forms. A trap heading might mention pollution too, but only one part of the paragraph. That's why similar wording can still be wrong. Let's move to example 2 and use the same process instead of guessing from a familiar keyword. As you read this paragraph, notice how each sentence builds toward a positive result from the experiment. The research team tested a new method over several months and recorded steady improvements in accuracy. At first, the results were uncertain, but the final stage showed clear progress. By the end of the study, the scientists had achieved a successful outcome that could be used in future projects. The correct answer is a successful scientific experiment. That's the best choice because the paragraph, as a whole, describes an experiment that produced a positive result. Another heading may sound scientific and still be wrong if it only names the topic, not the paragraph's main message. This is the trap in matching headings. IELTS often gives you headings that are close, but only one truly covers the whole paragraph. When two headings look similar, don't ask which one contains a matching word. Ask which one captures the full meaning. Put this question in front of every option. Can this heading summarize the whole paragraph? If the answer is no, even if the heading sounds related, leave it. Related is not enough in this task. So your method is simple. Read headings first, read for the main idea, check the first and last sentence, notice repeated ideas, and test the whole paragraph match. Do that consistently, and matching headings becomes much more controlled and much less random. In the next section, we'll switch from main idea reading to detail hunting, because that's exactly what matching information demands. That change in reading approach is what helps strong IELTS students save both time and marks. Matching information feels difficult because students are no longer hunting for a paragraph's big idea. They are hunting for one small detail that may be hidden anywhere. That means you can't read in the same way you use for headings. You need a search strategy built around keywords and paraphrases. Start by reading the question carefully and underlining the key idea you must find. For example, you might see a question like this: which paragraph mentions the main reason the city introduced stricter pollution controls? Here, the key idea to underline is the main reason and stricter pollution controls. Then break that key idea into search terms. Think of likely synonyms, rewordings, and shorter versions before you even scan the passage. This matters because IELTS rarely repeats the exact same words. It usually hides the answer through paraphrase. Let's model that with a Japan study example. The question might say which paragraph mentions research carried out in Japan, but the passage may not use exactly the same words. Instead, you might see clues like a study conducted in Tokyo, Japanese researchers, or findings from universities in Japan. If the question says financial difficulties, the passage might say struggled economically. It's the same meaning in different words, so learners need to notice the paraphrase match, not wait for the exact phrase to appear. If the question says failed attempt, the passage might say did not achieve the expected outcome. Again, the answer's hidden through paraphrase, so the wording changes even though the meaning stays the same. So when you scan, don't look for exact words only. Look for the idea wearing different language. A useful exam-oriented method is this: question first, keywords next, paraphrases ready, then scan the passage with a target in mind. When you find a likely match, stop and read that part carefully before choosing the paragraph. Quick scanning gets you there. Careful checking gives you the mark. Now let's add some fast tricks that save time in the real test. Proper names are powerful clues. A person's name, a company, or a researcher can be much easier to spot than an abstract idea. Dates also stand out quickly. Years, time periods, and historical markers can lead you straight to the right paragraph. Places help too. If the question mentions Japan, Canada, or a specific city, that can narrow your search fast. But remember, even when you find the name, date, or place, you still have to confirm the exact information the question is asking for. Here's another trap. Matching information questions do not always follow the order of the passage. So, if question 1 matches paragraph D, question 2 might jump back to paragraph B. Don't assume the answers move neatly from top to bottom. And one more important warning. More than one question can match the same paragraph. That means you should not cross out a paragraph just because you already used it once, unless the instructions tell you otherwise. Strong students stay flexible. They scan for clues, expect paraphrase, and keep checking the exact meaning of the question. So the real skill here is not just speed, it's smart scanning plus careful verification. Once you train that habit, matching information becomes less of a guessing game and more of a methodical search. Let's put that method into a short practice activity so you can test your eye for specific details. Now it's your turn to practice with a short task. Read the prompt on screen, then decide which paragraph mentions government policy, scientific discovery, and public criticism. Take a moment to scan all 3 details before the answers are discussed. Take a moment with the prompt first. Don't rush. Notice that each question asks for one specific detail, not the main idea of a paragraph. Here's paragraph A. Read it carefully and see whether it contains one of those target ideas. In 2008, the government introduced a new environmental policy that limited industrial emissions in major cities. The aim was to reduce pollution levels and improve public health. Although some companies objected to the new rules, officials argued that the long-term benefits would outweigh the short-term cost. Now look at paragraph B and compare it with the prompt. Watch for paraphrases rather than exact repeated words. During the study, researchers discovered an unexpected chemical reaction that improved the strength of the material they were testing. This finding changed the direction of the project and led to further experiments. The team later described it as one of the most important discoveries in the entire investigation. Now read paragraph C. Check again which detail each paragraph actually contains. After the report was published, several newspaper editors criticized the project and questioned whether public money had been spent wisely. Their comments quickly spread online and shaped public opinion. Even so, the research team defended their work and said the criticism ignored the wider benefits of the program. Pause here if you want more time. A good reader gives the text enough attention before checking the answer. Let's check it together. Government policy matches paragraph A because that paragraph describes the introduction of a new environmental policy by the government. Scientific discovery matches paragraph B because that paragraph focuses on an unexpected finding that changed the direction of the research. Public criticism matches paragraph C because that paragraph describes negative reactions from editors and the wider public. What matters is why. Each answer is correct because that paragraph contains the exact detail asked for, even when the wording is paraphrased. This is the habit you want in the exam. Match the detail, confirm the meaning, and don't get distracted by paragraphs that only seem related. Let's finish with the final strategy tips that help strong IELTS readers move faster without losing accuracy. Let's pull the whole lesson together into a final exam strategy checklist you can actually use on test day. For matching headings, remember this checklist. Read the headings first, look for the main idea of the whole paragraph, ignore small details, and choose the heading that best matches the overall focus. Check the first sentence, the last sentence, and repeated ideas before you choose. For matching information, remember this checklist. Read the question first. Identify the exact detail you need to find. Scan for paraphrases, not just repeated words. And check carefully which paragraph contains that idea. Prepare for paraphrases, then scan for strong clues. Look for names, dates, places, numbers, and other specific details that are easy to spot quickly. Those clues can help you find the right paragraph faster. Remember these important warning points. The answers may not follow the same order as the passage, and more than one question can match the same paragraph, so always check each one carefully. Here's the band score booster. High band students are not just faster readers, they are smarter readers. They know what to ignore, what to scan, and how IELTS hides answers behind paraphrase and trap wording. Build that habit, and your reading section starts to feel far more manageable. If you want guided IELTS preparation, join Emcan Educational Institute for practical training that helps you build real exam strategy, not just more theory. You can learn through live online classes or face-to-face classes. If you need more practice with matching heading and matching information questions, subscribe to a suitable IELTS preparation pack in our mobile app. You will get access to more item-wise practice materials on app. With app materials, you can keep your practice going between lessons. Emcan also works in IELTS partnership program with the British Council, giving students extra confidence in the support behind their preparation. Study smarter, keep practicing, and subscribe for more IELTS lessons that help you score higher. Thanks for learning with us today, and I'll see you in the next class. Your next mark improvement starts with the right strategy.